Hey guys, Magic here. So this was actually my second attempt to record this. Apparently for some reason the video didn't save last time. Um, so we're gonna do this again. Um, what I was basically talking about is that my I've been doing some soul searching and been writing things that I've been trying to figure out about myself down in a journal. And I decided I was going to share it here. I'm not real sure why, other than the fact that a lot of time when my journal gets full, it gets kind of just thrown away. So, because people flip through like, oh, all the pages are filled, and they'll just chunk it. So I'm like, okay, or one of the kids gets a hold of it and throws it away. So maybe this is just my way of being able to hold on to it. Draven's still fighting sleep, if you can hear him. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. So the first thing I wrote is I do think I tend to ask too much of myself and therefore get overwhelmed easily. I am always trying to reach this ideal that is unattainable, causing me to be hard on myself when there is no real need to be. My brain takes even the smallest indiscretion and makes them into big things. And these mistakes are used against me in my own mind to make me doubt myself. And that is so true. Like, anytime I do anything, like even if it's like something that could possibly be seen as perceived wrong, like say we're having a discussion and we have a perfectly normal discussion and you go away and you think that everything was normal, everything was great, you don't even notice anything's wrong. My brain, a few hours, sometimes even a couple of days later, will be like, hey, you know that thing that you said to that person? Well, maybe they took it this way, and it's like something completely dumb. Like it'll be like this random sentence that I said that could possibly be misinterpreted in some weird way if you really want to think about it. And someone will be like, they could have misinterpreted it. What if they thought this? And then it makes me feel like I was a bad person and then I'm just awful human being for saying such a thing. And so then I have to go apologize to them and tell them how sorry I am. And most of the time they're just like, oh, I didn't take it that way, or I don't even remember that conversation, or I didn't think anything of it. So I've been working on that, and because I've come to realize that that's 99% of the time that they say that they didn't notice or that they didn't think that. So I've learned that, okay, when that thought comes in, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, okay, maybe they did think that, but there's also possibility that they didn't. Since they haven't brought it up to me and we seem fine, I'm going to go with that they did not take it wrong. Or sometimes if I'm really unsure, I'll just be like, hey, did you take that thing I said wrong? Because if so, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean it that way. And they'll be like, oh, no, I didn't. Or they'll be like, yeah, I did. And I'll be like, but, we'll talk it out, we'll be okay. But, it's a process because sometimes it still does take over and makes me feel awful, but it is a process. I'm getting there. There are still times where it wins out, but little by little. The next thing I wrote down is I tend to overcompensate for what I perceive as something I did wrong or a weakness I feel I possess. No matter what I do, my brain turns it into a negative all the time. So I cry a lot more than I used to. It kind of goes hand in hand with the previous statements. I do find that I'm breaking down a lot more for some reason, although I'm unsure why. The next thing I wrote down is I don't seem to have as much ability to find joy in things anymore. Probably because I stopped being myself a long time ago. I stopped doing things I like to do because it didn't fit in with what others thought of as normal or acceptable behavior. If parts of me got a lot of disapproval, as they often did, I actively began shutting those parts of me down. I need to figure out how to get back to me. I don't know. He was calm prior to me trying to do this video. I do not know why he's suddenly buzzing. Other than he just doesn't want to sleep. I do apologize. But, that is true. I did shut down a lot of parts of myself because I got tired of being called evil or bad. I wanted people to like me or to fit in. There's so much of myself that I shut down. I used to be a lot more connected to nature and the universe, and I used to do a lot more magical things. used to like myself, and now I don't feel like myself anymore. So I'm trying to get back to that, and it's a process. It's like you have a skill, and you're really good at it, but then you don't practice the skill for like, oh, I don't know, 14 years or something. And that's a random number, 14 years. And then you try to do the skill again. Yeah, you may remember how to do it, and you might be able to pick it up again real easy, but you're not going to be as good as you were when you did it every day. You'll have to get back used to it. And so that's where I'm at with that, trying to get back to that. All right, so the next thing I wrote down is that I am more likely to risk something if the consequence is physical pain versus something more mentally or emotional taxing. I feel alone a lot. I just want to be loved and accepted for my individuality, and uniqueness. So I do often feel alone, even whenever I'm with my friends, because I often feel like they're just tolerating me. Like they're just putting up with me or feel bad for me. Even though I know that's not the case, I sometimes feel like it is. I feel like, they don't really want me around, or that I'm bothering them in some way. And, physical pain, it heals, it goes away, but emotional, mental pain takes a lot longer, and so I think that's why I tend to be more willing to risk physical harm. Next thing I wrote down are that humans are fascinating. I try to be compassionate and non-judgmental. I need to get back to my authenticity. And then I said, I struggle with my desire to be a writer. It makes me happy, but I worry about the opinions of others. I work with fiction because I can weave the truth in it, but I do not have to be 100% truthful. I can create ideas, concepts, rules, creatures that best suit the physical world my characters live in, or the story itself. Basically, I've always wanted to be an author. It does make me happy, and I did publish a book. I tend to worry a lot about what other people will think with that, although I guess, I've only got 2 Amazon reviews, because my book is available on Amazon Kindle and Audible, and I have 2 Amazon reviews, and one of them is even from a person I don't know, and both gave me a 5-star rating, so it can't be that bad. If he does not settle down, I'm going to go get him, because... yeah, I'm not good at listening to him cry. Oh, I don't know. Give me a sec, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. So I got him to quiet down for now. I think he's going to sleep. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, as I was saying, I do tend to worry about it, but since I have like 2 Amazon reviews, one is from someone I know, one is from someone that I don't think I know, but they're both 5 stars, so I mean, it can't be that bad if someone I don't know is going to be like, it's good. But, still, it's not doing that great. I guess you can hear me talking. But, I do like fiction, because even if I tell the truth, like some put in real life stories that have happened to me and into the story, I can still make it not me, or I can make it something else. Like I can make characters and creatures, and I can make up the magical rules. They don't have to be things that could actually happen in this reality, because it's fiction. And therefore I can weave my truth into it without giving too much of myself away in it, I guess, without, it's kind of like my way to tell my story, or without it being too personal, I guess. The book I did write is about short stories and miscellaneous writings that some people have classified as poems. The short stories were mostly written for people in my life, or as a request, or they were written as for a class project or something. But the miscellaneous writings, they were from things that inspired me, things that actually happened in my life or that I was feeling in the moment. So If you're interested in that, it is available on Amazon, Kindle, and Audible, and it's also available in my Etsy shop. And in my Etsy shop, there's actually a option to have me sign it. So there's that. Anyway, next thing I wrote is that there are many wrongs that need to be righted. I need to reconnect to my authenticity if I am going to be happy and feel better. I want to make a difference in this world. I need to stop comparing myself to others. I need to pursue my writing. I just want to lock myself in a room and forget about the rest of the world, all their problems and judgments. I do want to make a difference in this world. Even if it is, like, I feel like I am supposed to help other people, and I feel like I'm supposed to write, but, you know, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm supposed to create, help. And that's what I'm trying to do. Even if it is just through storytelling and soul searching and talking to you guys. The next thing I wrote down is when I am uncomfortable, I tend to retreat inwardly or physically remove myself from the place or sacrifice pieces of myself, my needs to keep the peace. It's very true. Then I said, every minor failure feels huge to me. I should try to minimize the consequences of these failures. I need to understand a minor issue is no reason to quit. Often I feel like if I failed, then it's like the end of the world. Like, oh my gosh, I'm a failure. But that's not the case. I can learn from the failures and learn to do better. It's like with this channel, somebody told me that I talk too quietly, so I'm trying to talk louder. Although right now I'm trying to be a little bit quieter because obviously he can hear me, and every time he hears my voice, he gets a little angry because he is trying to sleep and he knows I'm awake and he doesn't think it's fair. He is almost 2. He doesn't understand that his bedtime is bedtime. But yeah, with my writing, I just wanted to prove to myself I can do it, and I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep writing books until I can, you know, be successful at it. I wrote that I need a job that will fulfill me, and I think any job that allows me to help people will make me happy. I do like my job a lot. But, you know, I'd also like to be able to, you know, make money from my Etsy shop or my writing or from, you know, something like this, so I could, you know, do what I feel like I'm being called to do and not have to worry so much. But, you know, can't be doing that bad. I mean, I am almost at my goal for the year for this channel with subscribers. Like, I put a goal that I wanted 50 by the end of the year. I'm at 49, so hurrah. Alright guys, give me a moment. I'm gonna go see what his malfunction is. He probably just lost his cup again. Okay, at the present moment he's just talking to himself, so I'm gonna try making sounds. You know, kids do when they're trying to stay awake. They go, mah, 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 and make weird sounds, do weird things. Anyway, I'm gonna try to finish this before he starts freaking out again. Oh, he's really fighting sleep today. He's usually much better about going to bed than this. Anyway, the next thing I wrote down is I hate the idea of hurting people, even if it is unintentional. I care about and have empathy and compassion for everyone, even when they have been awful to me. I'm quiet and passionate. I always want to do the right thing, even when it is hard. I'm good at making friends. My problem is getting past my social anxiety to put myself in situations to make friends. I need to learn to focus my thoughts and stop absorbing the energy and negative moods of those around me, and therefore I need better boundaries, which is true. I do need better boundaries. I need to be able to be like, look, I understand that, you know, like, I can forgive people. I'm very much about forgiveness. I mean, I need to just be like, okay, I forgive you, but because you keep doing this thing that is breaking my boundary, you're not respecting the boundary, you've crossed the line too many times, I'm no longer allowing to this relationship so I can protect myself. I need to be like that. And it's working on it. I'm getting a little better here and there. I'm getting a lot better at it. It just takes me some time because I'm not used to these boundaries. So I'm trying to, you know, adjust. It's a process and I'll get there. The next thing I wrote down is that I'm a people pleaser and often forget my own needs, and I am very self-critical. Just gonna say, yeah, definitely. And then I said, I believe true love exists and that two people can come together to better each other and make each other happier. True love doesn't just happen, it takes work. It takes compromise and understanding. And it does. And I am so thankful for my boyfriend because he's so patient with me. And I think it's still too early to tell if it's true love, but I do think we have something special. There's only two more entries left, and then I'm gonna go and try to sing him to sleep. But I wrote, I have a lot of hidden passion. I am very devoted and loyal person. I respect the independence, individuality, and need for space. I love and accept others as they are. I want to help my partner learn and grow. I support the dreams and goals of my partner to the best of my ability. My partner is very special to me, and it is important to me that he knows that. Then I wrote, I have a bad tendency to keep what's bothering me to myself, which makes it worse. I love making my partner happy and taking care of them. It was often not allowed in my previous relationships for me to communicate that something was bothering or upsetting me without them blowing up. So I need to understand that it is okay with my partner and it is okay for them to bring up things that are bothering them, and it is safe, because in my previous relationships it was not safe. When something bothered them, they would blow up. And if I said something bothered me, they would blow up. So communication was just not a thing. But with my new partner, communication is a thing. And so I need to be able to communicate. Communication is important, even though it is hard for me. If I'm going to be in a healthy relationship, and if this relationship is going to work, I need to not lose myself and learn to communicate more. Again, guys, thanks for listening to me read these journal entries to you about what I'm processing about myself. It is really just a matter of me figuring myself out, and like I said, I'm just trying to keep these journal entries so I can, reflect back on them later before my notebook gets, accidentally tossed in the trash again. Anyway, guys, go out and spread the love, because love always wins, okay? Bye.